not a podcast.
This is 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 not a podcast, but it's a broadcast.
Grizzly Green Beats.
YouTube to make y'all laugh. To make y'all laugh. That's some real life shit.
To make y'all laugh.
Y'all already know what the fuck it is. It's your boy Holly Boogs.
Here, it's your boy Watts.
It's your boy Grizzly Green.
And this is not a podcast.
Got our special guest in the building.
We got our special guest in the building, Mr. Burn It Down, Alvon.
Let's go, let's go.
Yo, before y'all go into anything, was that an original?
Yeah, that's an original.
That was fire.
I made the beat, and we jumped on the hook.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all killed that.
Thank you.
Oh,
Appreciate that, man.
Dropped it off in the booth right there, bro.
Yeah.
that was a great way to start.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that, man. Definitely appreciate that, man. Yeah, man, we got our boy in the building.
Our boy Alvon
looking fresh.
Man. Got
baby shower ready.
Baby shower ready. The Burberry. You ready though?
Last time I seen y'all, I was stopping a riot from happening.
Shout out to Media Mondays. Facts, bro.
Put the mic up a little bit.
Facts.
Crazy.
Yeah, that was a.
I had fun though. It was a good event.
It was a good event. Good networking event. There was a good talent there too. It was a good show.
I had mad fun, man.
The venue put us on hiatus for 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
So we'll be back on the 31st.
Oh,
Okay, hopefully we can be there again.
Hopefully y'all be doing something there.
Yeah,
with
so
us.
we were just talking about it.
Just tell them about it.
Bring the equipment.
I think
on-site podcast
for that day, I think my dude, shout out to EP Def Jam Republic.
Let's go.
I think he's gonna have Little Tekka
Okay.
Oh,
do
shit.
a single release that night.
Nice.
Yeah,
So that'd be great.
That's a great
you know
look.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, hell yeah, we do all that, man.
100%.
Yeah, we were literally, before you came, we were literally just talking about bringing the equipment over there, right? To do that,
That's
some
fire.
off-site, some on-site shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's fire, man. So look, I want to jumpstart the conversation,
Let's go.
man.
Jump right into it.
What's going on with your boy Kanye, man?
Yo, man. Yo, yeah, man.
I feel like we talk about him too much.
Yo, we talk about Ye all the time, but he always is some shit, man. He always is some shit, bro. Now he got the new thing where he dissing Jay and his kids and shit, man. It's like, I don't know, man. I'm a Kanye fan, man. You know, I'm not gonna lie, his music and shit, but he's just doing some wild, like it's getting too much, man.
I think he's working on an album.
So he's just trying to get some
Yeah,
noise.
that's just the remedy. Like that's what he. Maybe I could be wrong. Remember him and 50?
Yeah.
When that shit was all planned out.
But
I don't know. He's going too
when
much
is
now.
it? When are we gonna say, all right, this is the real him? Because he keeps telling us all of this. You know what I'm saying?
He might just be doing controversial marketing, man.
Well,
it's a
all
thing.
marketing works.
It's a
Even
thing.
though it sucks, either bad or good.
Yeah.
Like me, I've been blessed to see and be around different eras of Kanye. So, like, for instance, when I was real young, shout out to my boy Chris Mack, 8B Marketing Media. Let's go. Kanye used my dude Chris Mack and his pops to get like certain like licenses or whatever to shoot the Through the Wire video. And our interaction with him during that time was amazing.
Amazing. A lot of people say he's
Like
a dope dude.
like amazing,
Genius.
But and then on other hands, like on him just being like Playboy type. I was also in situations where he's like it was a photo shoot or something shoot. And he had like a room, like a studio room or whatever's going on for like 7 or 8 hours. And for that 7 or 8 hours, yo, bro, I swear, he had a different bitch come through every 45 minutes.
Let's go.
Living the life.
My
Cool.
man,
That's
shout
the
out to
scoop.
my man.
Living the life.
Shout out to my man Kanye.
That rap life, man. That rap lifestyle.
And then lastly, like something I just was telling y'all about, shout out to the Dunk Exchange, my peoples. You know, I feel like we and Kanye are the reasons for the buy, sell, and trade market.
Okay.
So I would also, you know, give him props to that market. Like,
Absolutely.
people wasn't going and caring about the old school sneakers and bringing
resale
around
shit.
the resales and stuff. And if it wasn't for Kanye and Dunk Exchange, I don't think people would be
Absolutely.
so into kicks like we are.
And that shit is a
right
crazy.
now.
That market right there for the resale, the buy, sell is ridiculous right now.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yo, people are making complete livings just off
course.
Oh
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
business. That's a straight business. That's a straight business.
And
right
what bugs me out that they still find these old pieces.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's always
like
old
they
pieces
still
out
Red
there.
Octobers are still selling
Yo,
from
crazy.
randoms. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
But you think they still have a stock of them? Like just people just get them quietly?
I don't think Nike doesn't. I don't think so.
You think there's a secret?
But-
like they be holding like
And
these
a vault
secrets
that is
of
holding
joints
up.
that you know.
Well, actually, Nike probably has a vault of every sneaker they ever made.
Right, a pressurized vault.
Yeah,
so
like,
yellow
where-
don't
yes,
get on
yeah,
them.
yeah.
don't get on,
No
they don't-
air.
they don't
There's
crush, yeah.
there's no air in there.
Yeah.
Literally, like you could probably.
It's like you dry
Choking,
aging
yeah.
dry aging the steak, right?
Now, but just to get back on what y'all saying about Kanye, I always dislike when any person individualize groups. That's the only and I hate this, and I hate a strong word. I say I dislike.
Dislike.
I dislike that he be saying great things at times, and then right before
He washes it away.
It's over. He
Messes
says
all
something
up.
like, "Oh my god,"
100%, bro.
Like
He said
he kills it.
Outlandish.
Yo, I
things.
agree. That's one
Yo,
thing.
for
That's
real.
one thing I expect, especially like younger Kanye. He be saying some shit that makes a lot of sense, but then you say he'll throw some wild, crazy shit in there, and everybody forgets what he was talking about. All you remember is the viral moment or the bad, bad thing he said. Man.
I'm just gonna say this one part because I'm not the most religious person, but I do read my Bible. I'm into. I pray stuff
Let's
like
go.
that. My whole journey is very biblical.
Yeah.
The only way I'm here is because God.
Always.
It couldn't be
Shout
any
to
other
that.
reason.
Amen.
Word,
But
amen.
to me, I feel like Kanye and anybody else that is getting we all are children of Moses and Abraham.
Put Michael a little closer, yeah.
Moses and Abraham. So if it's Islam, Christianity, Judaism, it'd be so stupid sometimes. It's like y'all read the same books, guys.
Right. We all-
It's the
It all
same
starts
books.
from up there,
It
yeah.
all starts from right
Yep,
there.
yep,
So
yep.
why we can't agree from up there
Right,
yeah.
and then let everything else be?
Everyone,
So I just
everyone
don't-
separates because
Right.
when that separation happens,
Right.
it creates different books and
Right.
different religions,
And
but it
it-
all started from one
one-
spot.
from the
So
same person.
if I was in front of him, I would just be like, "Yo, bro, you Moses and Abraham, no matter anything else." So
Right, no matter
That's a
what
good
you
way
stop,
of looking
so
at
stop,
it.
So stop
Yeah,
it.
that's a good way. of
That's a
looking
great
at it.
way. Great way of looking at it.
Yes.
And-
I had to.
The shit where he's talking about Jay-Z kids.
Yeah, that's off. That's too far.
So is
It went too far, Kanye.
but is
You know,
that
Jay's my
like
bad.
shock value or that's just the way he feels? I think
I
that
honestly-
is the way he feels.
I also honestly think that he's really hurt with Jay.
But yeah, of
I don't
course.
He's-
What did he say? What
Oh, you didn't say?
I didn't
so
hear.
so
Hold
Don't
on.
say the word, but-
What we put like
he called his kids the R word. He said that his kids are and he
Slow
said-
R word,
Yeah,
yeah.
so he said that they that's why they don't show them and nothing like that because that's why it is like artificially inseminated and that's when you deal with stuff like that. That's what happens, and that's why you never see those kids.
See, and that's the problem with the world.
Yo.
That whole thing is the problem with the world.
yo.
Why does it matter for you to say that?
Right.
And that's our issue is like, why does he have a need to say that? I get the whole shock value thing,
Right.
but these are someone's kids,
Right,
man. Like,
Yeah.
It's
even
too-
if
it's
they
too far.
are, maybe what if
Right, right,
what
if
if they
they
are?
are. Right, right.
What if
So,
they are? I don't
right,
know.
right.
That relationship is completely.
And now
done.
they got to
Oh,
live
it's
with
done
that
now.
sound bite forever.
Right. That tweet
Fuck.
forever.
He put it on
Yeah,
Twitter.
He tweeted, yeah.
Like-
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's
That's crazy.
Like I said, I think he's hurt, like personally hurt.
Hurt people, hurt
that's like,
people.
yeah, that's his big brother. He always had that shit. You know what I'm saying? And he feels like a certain way about it, and now he's just lashing out. Because one thing I notice about Kanye all the time is like whenever he's hurt, he lashes out, and there's no like filter. Like he's just gonna go for the jugular, whether it be right or wrong. That's how that's just how his mo. So.
And what about he came out with a list of all the people that heard
Yeah,
him?
yeah, he just put the list. Yo, like no joke, like 20 minutes ago, he got like a list, like 50 people, everybody on the list that heard
don't
him.
fuck with.
Everybody, Jay of course is on there. Ty, I was surprised Ty Dolla $ign was
But he
on
was
there.
just with him like
He
a
just
week
did
ago.
yeah, it was a lot of
See, that's because hate is so intertwined with love.
Right.
Because, so for me, like you would, like if I don't like you, I don't hate you. I'm indifferent about you. I don't think
Yeah.
about you at all.
right.
So it's a hate and love. It's
Nah, hate is
there.
love.
Yeah, hate
Hate
is love.
is love.
You can't hate someone
If
Yeah,
I
if you don't
don't
love,
like
you don't love
you and I think you're trash and your work is whack or you're the type of human being you are,
It's not worth the mention.
I don't even think about you.
Facts.
Facts.
You're indifferent.
Yeah.
You're not even a thought. But if I'm still whatever, I like you somehow.
Right.
Yeah. You
So
still
he
got that
still
love, yeah.
loves.
He still loves it. He still loves it.
He's like a stalker.
Yeah,
He's like a
no,
stalker.
pretty much.
Facts.
He's like a bizarro Batman.
Ex-girlfriend that won't leave. Like, yo, bro, please, we'll come back.
But I'm gonna give another thing, and this is kind of like exclusive stuff.
Okay. Exclusive.
You know,
Yo,
I think it's
drop a
out
bomb
there.
for the
I think it's out there in the world. And you know, if I have to hit you guys back and have to edit it out,
Yeah,
we'll
alright,
do
we-
it.
we could do that.
But it is, you know, just keeping it real because you know it's my guy's cast. We're gonna give
know, man.
exclusive.
It's not a podcast.
Now, as
you
a being a good person, this is why it messes me up with Kanye. So my dude, Fabio Foreign.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's
shout
in
to
jail.
Fabio
He's
Foreign.
in jail right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
I didn't
in
even know
jail.
that.
Yeah.
And this dude Kanye is helping Fabio from far.
Okay.
Just out of nowhere and just helping and
see? Shout out
taking
to Kanye for that.
calls and doing certain things and like real good dude stuff. Like
And that doesn't get publicized
And-
at all.
At all.
Nobody
Why?
said
so not
about
we,
that.
you know what I'm saying? Like, so
Damn.
Wow, God
so it's
bless
just
him.
like
bro.
so it'd be hard.
Fabio, hold your head.
But
Keep your head up, yo.
But that's why we can't really. We always got to judge people, like not so aggressively, because we don't know people's inner thoughts.
Right.
A lot of things that people do lashing out is usually self-reflection.
Right.
That's
You know
what
what
I
I'm
think. That's what I
So
think.
it's like, I just hope he finds the peace and
I
the
was gonna say
grace.
peace, yeah.
Because imagine having all that bread, all that creativity,
And just stuck
and you
on that.
still
Stuck on that
unhappy.
dumb shit.
Miserable.
Yeah.
No, you're
100%.
unhappy, yo.
Yeah.
You know, I always say that. I think for me, success, the biggest thing, you'll know you're successful or success. Period is never to me money or like assets. It's time.
Always.
So whenever you can control your time, that's when you're.
That's
really
the key.
successful.
Yeah.
Yo,
That's the key.
Be what you wanna be.
Yeah.
My man dropping some gems over here, man. My man Alvon dropping some gems on him, baby.
Time is the only thing
I'm
you can't get back.
freestyling. I'm freestyling.
Off the top.
No, nah.
Yeah,
for
time
real.
you can't get back, man.
Right. Nah, but yeah, man. Shout out to Fabio, hold your head. Kanye. Again, like you said, is doing stuff in the background. They're not gonna put that out there because it's gonna mess up the whole algorithm of
Real
hate,
tag.
the
The
Kanye
hate Kanye.
hate. You know
The
what I'm
Kanye
saying? But
hate.
he's not making it any easy on himself either. You know what I'm saying? So that's
And you
EA
seen
shit.
the outfit that he put up where it was the KKK
The
outfit
swastika shit?
and
yeah.
like the tan like
yeah,
that.
Yeah, the swastika
He
shit. That's what I'm
wild
saying. He's
for
just
that,
yo.
that.
Not
See,
with
like that,
tan.
shit like that. I
Yeah.
think shit like that is like shock value.
I
Like,
think
he
that
know
is
that's shock
the
value.
Jay Z
Yeah.
shit. I think
That's
is
personal hurt.
heart. Yeah,
that's personal
it hurts.
hurt.
It hurts.
Right,
it
right. Other
hurts.
shit is just like let me throw this out there, see what's gonna happen, what they could come with.
Yo, I was there, and Dro was there too.
Yeah.
Y'all know y'all interviewed
Shout out
my
to-
dude
shout out
Dro.
to Dro.
My guy Dro. Shout out to Dro.
So me and my
Downtown
dude
Dro.
Dro, we helped start this event like crowd servicing company called One Iota.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we used to have to get fixed crowds for like the VMAs, the NFL draft, and
Okay.
different like things like that. So this year the VMAs hired us. So we worked
That's
the
fire.
MTV VMAs
Nice.
with him and what's her name with the ball head?
With the boy
Amber Rose.
Amber Rose.
Rose, yeah.
So we was there. So like as they walked up, we seen Kanye with the Hennessy bottle.
Yeah,
and
straight
whatever.
up. So it was that
Classic.
VMA.
That was
Yeah, that
classic.
VMA.
Oh, that's classic.
Rushed them
Shout
in
out to Hennessy,
there,
though.
Word.
Rushed
Shout out
them in there and all that.
That's
It was
the time.
crazy. And he had the Hennessy bottle the whole time. They was trying to take it from him and all that. He wouldn't let it go. And then, he went up and did his rant. But, it's just like totally like so many different eras of Kanye.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
It's like,
So who do we believe?
It's like,
who's the real
who's
Kanye?
the real Kanye?
Who's the real Ye, man?
Who's the rule? Yeah.
I don't find a lot of his antics mess me up with music.
Yeah.
But I think I've been doing a good place of separating the creative from the person.
Right.
But I definitely, it's not that I have a disdain or dislike for Kanye. I just think that it's unfortunate because he has all the qualities to be the savior.
The great facts.
And he keeps on individualizing.
Fumbling the bag.
So I always say it like this, and maybe I hope this don't get me in trouble, but I always say it like this. When Obama was president, right?
Yeah.
Certain things was going on. He's having parties in the White House with
Right.
R&B artists,
lit.
rap
Oh,
artists. It
Cookouts,
was lit.
barbecue cookouts.
Kendrick came to the White House.
Yeah.
But this is the problem with us as a people, and even on the reverse, because if you have like, the Bill Clintons or whatever, they having country music parties.
Right.
When is there gonna be the person that has the parties for everybody?
For everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Inclusion is so important, and we always keep on doing this individualizing,
No, segregation shit,
and
like-
then it's just like, and then we wonder why other people feel the
Feel a
way.
certain way.
So it's like, of course, Trump will be president again if y'all did what y'all did, because everybody that was quieted is awake now because they don't want what was going on.
They felt like their voice wasn't heard.
Right.
And now this president represents their voice.
But if they could be, that's why I kind of like Trump is winning a little bit because he kind of, even if it's a paid thing, he makes the perception look like he listening to all the
everybody.
voices.
Right.
He's paying hip hop people to be on things. He's freeing Kodak.
He's partying,
You know what I'm saying? And like you hate to see it because of his potty mouth. He just speaks crazy,
Right,
you know.
right.
And us as
New York
a
shit,
country,
man.
we don't want someone speaking like that to
We
represent
want a
us.
professional.
Right. But it's just like nobody is listening to everybody. Everybody just listening
And this is why I always tell people, man. Politics, I want to go back to the time where I was younger and we didn't care about politics.
Right.
Now it's just everything is divided by politics.
Right.
People
Facts.
always talk about politics now.
Nah, for
like
real.
it's crazy, and I talk about it
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I like to learn about it because I got kids.
Yeah. Right.
So I really want to know the benefits of electing officials and
Right, you
politics.
doing it. You
I want to
wanna
that.
know for
Do
the
research,
future.
right,
For the
right, right,
future,
right.
yeah.
But I remember a time where it wasn't about that. Everybody just kicked it, you
No,
know?
you didn't care that much.
But how do politics win is by division.
Right.
You need to separate from left and right.
Yeah, because even within, I did a little bit of research. Y'all could go do the research yourselves. But I believe Trump hired the same PR company that got Obama elected.
Wow.
And their strategy
I believe that. I
Makes
believe
sense.
was to do the reverse strategy.
Right, to get
The reverse strategy,
people.
yep.
Right,
You-
right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Makes sense.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So
Fucking Trump shit.
Trump
Fucking
shit.
Trump,
we
man.
always get Trump. Always get on the
Always,
show, man.
either-
Shout Trump or
either Tess-
Elon. You know
either
what I mean?
Elon,
Or
young
yeah,
Elon.
yeah.
It's Kanye, Trump, Elon. We
Yo,
talk about all the time.
for whatever reason, man. But it is what it is, man.
Just
It's not a
letting y'all know.
podcast, baby.
Yeah, just letting y'all know. We try to go off of whatever's trending for the day.
You know what I mean? And that's what's happening.
That's what's
today.
happening right now.
So let's get to my man Alvon, man. I guess Alvon, man.
Alvizi.
For the viewers that are first laying their eyes on you, man. Just tell us a little bit about your journey, where you from,
Who's Alvon?
Who is Alvizi?
Yo, I'm black.
To burn it down.
I'm just I'm a real New Yorker.
Shout out to
Born
New
in
York.
Harlem Hospital.
Let's go.
Raised in Brooklyn, Bronx. Got my bones in the Lower East Side.
Okay, so
know
you
what I'm saying?
everywhere.
Yes, baby.
I would say like I'm just like I said, I'm just a child of God, man. Like everything
Amen,
that's
man.
been going on for me. Like I can even tell you like the first way I even got introduced to the industry, I was trying to be underage, trying to get into a club that I wasn't supposed to be or even go to.
The good old days, right?
And then the people that was running the party ended up also running marketing at Elektra Records and
Elektra
other
House.
labels. And then I was freaking like making so much money like with the promotion that they was like, yo, we can't pay you $5 a person because you making too much money. We just gonna give you a flat. And then why don't you come and intern at the office with the flat so we could get our value off it? I'm like, yo. And it hit at a good time because like my father had just passed away.
R.I.P., man.
I was
R.I.P.
dipping into like drugs and like selling drugs and different things like that. Me and my people was actually around the 9/11 too.
Okay.
And then me and my peoples, we did a benefit concert in North Carolina. I ended up going to jail in North Carolina.
All right, so why did you go to jail?
Well, it was a little bit of racial profiling.
Okay.
We're in
That
North
makes
Carolina.
sense.
We North
makes
Carolina.
sense. Out there.
I was out there. I was, passing out my flyers for the concert.
Right.
And like I saw some security guys who I thought was security guys.
Right.
And they were African American. They was like, yo, can you not do that? I was like, oh, no problem. I'll put the
Got
flyers
you, yeah,
away.
got
when
you,
I'm
yeah.
done. No problem. So I'm still in the mall. We out there.
Right. Street team
Outside,
shit. Old
yeah.
school street
Old
team
school
shit.
shit.
Yeah.
The grind that the kids don't know about
Right.
now.
So we
Yeah.
out
Fact.
there. And ladies took a liking to me in the mall. You know what I'm saying? So we talking and whatever. So then another security guard comes up, but a white dude. So he's like on me, like, yo, I'm like, yo, bro, I'm not doing that. Like I ain't passing on no fly. I'm
Relax,
not doing nothing.
yeah.
Like you good. So the girls was like, yo, they always on people like that, whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. So now I'm walking with them. Dude is following us.
Yeah.
So I'm a hilarious person. Like I am.
You got great energy. I met you already.
I'm like my mind is so clever. So he was fat and he was white.
Yeah.
So I turned. I was like, Carl Winslow. I said, White Carl Winslow, can you stop following me, bro?
Because he was a cop.
He ain't like that.
He didn't like
Like,
it.
what are you,
Definitely
like,
like that.
what are you doing? So he still follow me. So I'm making jokes on him as he's following me. So other like people in the mall, and this was it was called Crabtree Mall.
Okay.
This was a real white.
Super white mall.
Right.
Suburban shit.
As I was walking around and doing the dozens in my jokes, I had the community of whites on my side.
Oh, they were fucking with you.
Oh, they was
They'll
laughing
fuck with
at
Alvon,
him.
right?
They was like, leave him alone.
Yo,
Ah.
think about it. They probably never seen someone like that
Right.
from
So-
New York.
Facts.
Yeah.
Because also with them, well, I was talking very, proper and
Right,
stupid.
right.
I was just funny. I was
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave them all because you're making me uncomfortable. I was going to shop in here and whatever. So now it's like it gathered. So somehow it turned into one dude. Now it's like 4 dudes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, in my mind, I'm out of the mall. I'm think I'm out the mall, but
Still on property.
Still
Right,
on
right,
property,
right.
guys. Still on
They own that whole strip.
You gotta look at the property line.
Yeah, you
right?
gotta get all the way out there, bro.
So, me and my ego-driven self at this point,
Right.
I turned around as I got out and put my hands up in the air, and I said, damn, can a nigga get some pussy out here? I don't know why that was a trigger for them. These dudes rushed me.
Oh, wow.
And that's freedom of speech too.
Yeah.
Like
they ain't like that,
Like
though.
they rushed me.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm thinking this is security rushing me. I'm fucking these dudes up.
Right.
Straight
Like,
up top.
I don't care what.
Up top.
We
So
fighting.
first guy come whoosh, threw him down.
Yeah.
Next guy boop boop.
Right.
And then also I had like Shiv with me.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Kevin, Dro was there. Like,
Got you. So they was getting down. Yeah.
But they wasn't. They was not getting down.
Oh, okay.
They did not get down. But
Uh-oh.
I just
Okay.
knew it wasn't if. It wouldn't go super
have to go,
overboard.
right.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I knew
yeah.
whatever
They
I
didn't
was
have
doing
to.
wouldn't
They
go
didn't have
super
to. Yeah, they
overboard.
didn't have to.
Yeah.
So as I'm washing these dudes, I have a thought. I'm like, oh, I have 3 ounces of weed in my pocket.
Oh.
So,
So
it,
as I-
went, it went from soliciting
Yeah.
Right.
to
So I did that. So as I threw the dude, I took the weed out of my pocket and threw it. And it hit one of my dudes in the face. He caught it. He ran away. So then I let them take me because I didn't have the weed.
Right,
on.
just like,
you know
fuck
what I'm
it,
saying?
yeah.
So I let them subdue me. Yo, these dudes took me downstairs by a garbage
And beat the shit
and
out of
beat
you.
me the fuck
Facts.
up.
Yeah, when you put your hands on them, bro, they don't play that
Yo,
shit.
it was crazy. Like they
100%.
beat me up.
Should have to be
Whatever.
AC, man.
Then we went in the thing and they arrested me.
I can tell you stories.
And then it was weird though because it was like they beat me up. I kind of beat them up. But here today, not thinking then, but here today, a more mature me, I would have to say I don't even think they was that racist because we kind of like after the fact we kind of got cool.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yo, I can't
Got to
front.
know you.
Yo, once you scrap with somebody,
Yeah,
you know them
kind of get the
completely.
respect.
Yeah.
Get the respect.
So-
yeah,
You get to know them.
So that lets me
A little
believe
better.
a lot of time with racism,
Yeah, you can't throw that word around all the time.
be
yeah.
fear.
Right.
And they like you said they're not used to seeing
Yeah.
certain things and talking to certain people. So it was whack though because I'm thinking New York. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna see a judge. I'll be
Right,
out.
you had the more
no,
booking
it's
shit.
different.
Nah,
they
ain't no
had a
bookings,
whole.
bro.
It was a whole. I forgot what it's called, but they was like, yo, you got to stay in here 2 months until your court date.
damn.
What?
Shit moves slower. Shit moves slower over there.
Shit do
What?
slow, yeah.
Yeah.
I said, what? They said, or, you got to get bailed out.
Right.
So I'm like, wow. So
Send that
I knew
wire.
me and my people.
Send that wire.
Send that wire ASAP.
So lucky for me, I was dating a very bad stripper at the time.
Nice.
Shout out to the
I didn't-
stripper.
you
Shout out
know,
to the strippers.
Let's go.
And no disrespect to my friends, for some reason we was doing a whole concert all together,
Yeah.
and they did not bail me out.
Oh, man.
But shout out, big super shout out to Military Mike,
Hey,
Guzman,
shout out to
Big
Military
Mike.
Mike.
You know Military
Mike
Mike.
Guzman heard
Facts.
that the cops arrested his dude and beat his dude up.
And pulled up.
This nigga Mike went to these cops, was like, y'all touched my dude, and started beating them niggas up.
So he was in there
And
with
then
you.
they arrested
And
me. So he was like, yo,
That's a real friend.
We get it
he was
together.
like, yo, I wanted to be with you, bro.
Yo,
like,
shout
fuck
out to
that, because I
Military
wasn't gonna.
Mike.
So me and
Nigga
Mike
Mike.
was arrested and together.
Yo.
Oh my God.
That's wild.
There might be some dumb shit out there too.
Right. But so then this shit gets wild. So finally get it together. My girl, she gets the money up. Yeah. Oh, and shout out to Ramel.
Okay.
You know Ramel from my block.
Yeah.
Because they was trying to put me in like out of the regular jail and put me like in a penitentiary.
Some Mac shit. Some with the killers and shit.
Because I didn't have ID.
Killers in the $100 bills.
Because I didn't have ID. So I was...
How old were you?
I was... When did 9/11 happen? When?
2001.
Yeah.
So I was freshly 21,
okay.
or I was just 20,
young boy in there.
You know what I'm saying? So I was in there, and then only number I could remember all my life. For some reason, I always remember Ramel's number.
Yeah.
It's the only number I can remember. I even think he got me my number to call my girl. So I hit Ra, and Ra snuck into my house in the Lower East Side and got my birth certificate and faxed it to them.
Oh wow!
And this is then.
Wow!
So just know the smarts
the process.
and everything.
Actually, probably a bigger shout out to Ramel because that Mike, military Mike. Because I don't know, Mike, that was gangster, but that was not probably the smartest move.
But Rod held it down. So when Rod did that, they let me stay in like the regular whatever.
Yeah.
And this was the wildest part of it. Made me feel like I was dreaming. So I'm 44. I don't know how old you guys, but you guys know about Police Academy, the movie?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yo, bro. So she gets me my Bell's bondman. Why my Bell's bondman is Tab Thatcher, the fat dude in Police Academy.
No way.
Wait, really him?
Like really him.
No, like legit him.
Like it's him. He's a Bell's bondsman. He's not acting. He's a Bell's bondsman.
Wow.
So he's like, and I'm like, nah.
There's no way.
When he came and got me, I tried to walk back in the jail because I was like, nah, this is not.
That's wild.
This is not true. And I'm like,
This is not true.
You from police? He's like, yeah. But so, and he's picked me. He was driving me to
He really lived that life.
Like he's driving me to the bus station and everything like that. It was crazy. So then I get home. I'm free, but I got to go back to court.
Right.
Yeah, that's the worst part.
There's this thing that I was a part of that kind of set my career off. Shout out to Renee McClain and Lizette Pizarro, the people that started my career.
That's what I would definitely get into.
They had this thing called the Mix Show Power Summit.
Okay.
And I did it before when I was younger. I was working at, I had my own business at 16. And we'll get to that. I had my own marketing company at 16 with my Jewish homie, Josh Wallman, Pavement Promotions, and doing the rap vehicles and all that type of stuff like that. And we kind of like learned that game from like Renee and Lillette, you know what I'm saying? So where was I at? So they created this convention, this summit for DJs and the artists called the Mix Show Power Summit.
Okay.
So this was the second time I was gonna go. Before I had I was working at Jimmy Jazz.
Shout out to Jimmy Jazz, man.
So I first had my little business with the marketing company, and then I had a fallout, and I lost the business.
Yeah.
So I had to get money because I moved out of my mom's crib and I wasn't trying to, even though I was still young, I think I was only like 18, 19. I just was like, I don't want to go back.
Yeah,
like I like where I was at. I had my own little apartment in the Lower East Side, chilling.
As 16-year-old.
But I really, if I was to tell the kids, I would say I wish when I look back, I should have went back because you can't ever be afraid to reinvent yourself properly.
That's a gem right there. Yo, drop a bomb to that.
And really don't let in-house pussy and fake boss shit fuck you up, because that's really the only reason I stood.
Yeah. So you said something about reinventing yourself, right? So I know you, you know what I'm saying? But even my guys, Al Bugs, they like, yo, man, what does Alvon do? You know what? Like, so I'm like, I'm gonna be real, man. Alvon, he's in so many different pots that is like, I don't even know. I can't even tell you straight up like what, you know what I'm saying?
And
I'm like, give us a one-liner.
I've known Alvon for what was 20, probably like 20, 25 years. And you know what I'm saying? Every time he's in something different. So I'm like, I can't even tell you. So that's one thing I say. Like, you always reinvent yourself. You always got something new going on. There's always something like, you know what I'm saying, going on with you.
Yeah, because I've worked at Shady Records for 25 years. Right. And a lot of people till this day don't even know I worked there.
It's crazy.
You know?
Yo.
So back to the thing though, because it's fire.
Yeah.
So I'm back home and I'm like, you know, the first time I went to Make Sure Power Summit, I lost the marketing company business, but I still had to get money because I had the thing. And then I found out about the convention, and then my girlfriend at the time, Carmen Gonzalez, shout out to her.
Carmen Gonzalez.
She put up bread with my bread, and she was like, yo, get out of here and take yourself to Miami to that summit.
Nice.
And I flew out to Miami on my own.
And everything.
Then Lillette and Renee saw I was there. They gave me a hotel. They even gave me a job so I get money at the summit. And then that kind of like sparked my career.
So that jump started your career.
Right. So now we back to the future of when I got arrested. So now it was like the second or third summit.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, I'm going. Like, you know, had me situated.
I'm out there, yeah.
So, but I had to go to court first.
Right.
So, you know, I'm being stupid. I'm listening to this lady from there giving me a coin-appointed judge. She's like, oh, it's nothing. You'll probably just pay a fine, whatever. So I go there. I got like $1,500 cash on me. I got my book bag to get on the plane after
Ready to
there.
escape.
Ready to escape, go there. Yo, so I go there in Waco County, and I'm in the judge, and, you know, they doing the thing, and he's like, yeah, you know, I don't like your comments or your racist comment. Why was you saying nigga?
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm like I was upset, you know, whatever, you know, it was. They was harassing me, you know, whatever. And then I was like, I came to do a benefit concert for my home.
Right.
You know, and for a community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It was a powerful
I'm doing
thing.
something good over
and
here.
I was
right.
like, I physically, with my own eyes, saw both planes hit.
Yeah.
So he tried to denounce my trauma and say that people from where they're from go through worse trauma because of hurricanes and different things like that.
I don't think
so it was
not much shit is worse than that.
So it was
Twin Towers.
so he said it was no justification for my energy. So I was like, what? And I got tight. So I started like arguing with him.
Yeah.
So then one of the coin of point people, they like
chill.
So I chilled. And he was like, you know what? You do that 2-3 months that you had to wait for the court date.
Yeah.
You go do those 2-3 months.
Damn.
And that'll be that. So I had to freaking do Waco County Jail for 2-3 months.
Wow.
Off some bullshit.
And didn't even get to go to the summit.
Damn.
Off some bullshit.
Yeah.
And now I'm in real jail.
Yeah.
And then I go to this jail.
And you young.
And I'm young.
And you in
I
the
just
South.
had lost my pops.
Right.
And I got mad weed and things in my crib.
Yeah.
But this was the lesson that God taught
Tell
me.
us the
with
gem.
that.
Tell us the gem.
This was the lesson, and it changed my life. So I go in there. First and foremost, the jail's overcrowded.
Right.
Yeah.
I have to sleep outside of someone's cell.
Damn.
With about 75 other people sleeping outside of cells.
Is that safer or not?
It's not safe because somebody could be crazy, wake up in the morning and cut my throat.
Yeah.
Saying
Just
over.
because.
But you in a cell with a crazy
Just
person,
'cause.
and you
Yeah,
trapped
but you
in
got
that.
one person in the cell. You got 75 people all around.
yeah,
So
right.
the
But then
probability
also
is
too, it was kind of like it was a little bit bougie, but not bougie because eventually on like my 6th week, I got a cell and I was by myself in the cell.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. So when you first got there, there's 75 people all around. Then
Right.
after you wait 6 weeks, there's enough space that you get your old shit.
Right. And,
Overcrowded, yo.
And it was crazy, and I ain't gonna front. Like to save myself, I was a rapper in there.
Yeah.
I was a rapper. I was rapping mad good, like I could get a deal, and I just used my intellect to help and to like, you know, show people things. But of course I had to of course I had to have a fight in there because they always take kindness for weakness. So it's like, you know, your first few weeks in there, you like, fuck that food.
Yeah.
So in my brain, I'm giving my food away to people, not because of anything else.
Not because you were scared.
Just because
to give it away.
I didn't
You ain't
want
gonna eat it anyway.
But, and I thought that was also good grace.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? So now we getting comfortable. So now it's certain meal days that I do like.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, yo, it's pepperoni pizza day. I'm with that, you know?
Yeah.
So one of the dudes was like, yo, let me get that, bro. I'm like, nah, yo, not today.
Not today.
This is the one. This is my shit. She's like, oh, you's a bitch ass nigga. And started disrespecting me. So I was like, yo, bro, like, So then it was like time to fight.
Right.
So then I did good by getting cool with like the Muslim people in there. So they was like, nah, y'all not gonna do him like that. We gonna go find like a secluded area, and y'all gonna scrap 1-on-1. And I scrapped 1-on-1, got it in. I'm not gonna say I won or lost. It was, we got it in.
But that's what you would want, at least the fade, at least a 1-on-1. That's what I would want.
And then it was crazy because it gets crazier. So I meet after I fight a dude from Brooklyn, like wherever you go in the world,
there's always someone from Brooklyn.
Always somebody from New York. Be someone from
New York.
Brooklyn.
Oh, New York.
always. So this dude was from Brooklyn. He was like, "Yo, you did your thing, young nigga. Like you did your thing. I respect you. He tried to grab something. You just was straight fists and feet. I fucks with that." And then he ends up being one of the rappers from the RZA's. I don't know if y'all remember that time where there was horror rap. And it had the Gravediggers.
Yeah, the Gravediggers.
He was one of the rappers from the Gravediggers. So I'm just like,
Pierre would have appreciated that one right there.
So I'm like, yo, this situation is crazy. I get my Bells Bondman as an actor. Now,
Need a rap.
Now my best friend now is from, and I ended up bumping to him years later in Times Square. It was crazy. So the lesson that I learned from that was that jail is the most boring thing in the world. And if you're going to do that or risk your life to be in it, it better be for something that's
worth it.
Super next level. And nothing that I had going on was worth it. So when I got out that jail and those 2-3 months, and it was dope though too because I had a lot of commissary money. So I was lit. I was eating good, whatever. And then when I got out, I still had a lot money left to go, get in the butt and do some other things. But it was like, as soon as I got back to my crib, I kind of got rid of all the weed, all the stuff. And it's not even nothing wrong with it, but it's just like the mental state I was in. It was like I was going to try to be a kingpin. But then my mind was like,
it ain't worth it.
You ain't ready for kingpin repercussions. So that's not for you. And I just focused on that situation of who I was and my smarts, and I think I pride myself on, if you're a company and you hire me, when you're asleep, it's like you're out there. Because I'm going to embody
that work that
your
you're
values of, and I'm a chameleon. And I'm like water, so I can form into your brand or your thing seamlessly. You know what I'm saying? And I could remove my ego. That's the thing.
You can adjust.
You know what I'm saying?
Well.
A lot of people, especially right now that I'm seeing, the ego is so crazy.
Egotistical,
it's
man.
So crazy, and it's just
and
like,
stop you forgetting a lot.
So
of
I
doors.
created this thing of the mirror theory, to where I don't let too many things bother me, because I look in the mirror and I say, I personally have the power for this or that. So if something got out of whack, it's my fault because I didn't assert myself.
That's a good way of looking at it. Because a lot of people always gonna blame other people.
I'm never blaming nobody.
That's a go-to.
Like, even when the situation happened and the thing, I was blaming myself because I did something against me. I didn't even want to go to that shit. I was like, I already got people there running it. I know they be complaining because certain times if I'm not there, people act out, whatever, but that's just people. I can't, even if I'm there, I can't.
You can't control it.
Can't control people.
Can't control it.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to go to DJ Moody's event for St. Patrick's Day and be Irish and get
I ain't
drunk.
gonna lie, yo. The low, I didn't think he was gonna pull up, bro. I was like, yo,
but you was there, so I was like, I'm gonna come because you there, because I always have a good time when I'm with you, rather if it's 2 people there or 2,000 people there. We always good energy. So I went there, but when I was there, I was like, this is my fault, because if I wasn't here, none of this would have happened.
Damn.
Like,
so, Alvon, man, I want to get into a little bit about you, what you got going on now before we get to my man's segment.
Yeah, we got to do a segment at the end.
So let us know what you got going on, what's going on with you right now. Currently. What can we look at currently right now?
All right, I'll tell y'all some dope shit. So at Shady Records, shout out to Paul Rosenberg.
Shout out to Paul Rosenberg. The infamous.
He gave me carte blanche to do a jewelry situation with Eminem.
Okay.
So I have my wifey design.
Okay.
Shout out to Charlotte. Miss Butler. She designed the hockey mask, and Em and Paul liked it, and they put it out there, and we did like 4 versions of it.
That's fire.
So that was dope. It's so pretty good. So that was something recent that was dope.
That's fire.
You know, so that was good. Also too, I got a camp coming up, a music camp, a Shady Records Live camp, because I feel
how
like
does that work? Like, what's going on?
So
with that?
pretty much, I just been kind of like beside myself because I feel like within A&Rs and the music, there's no more development.
Okay.
And these artists and kids are
that's
just
definitely out.
these kids are just out here wildly just
whatever the hell they want,
shit, you know.
All you do is followers now.
And it's like, even though it's a digital age, you got to pair the digital with the physical.
Absolutely.
You can't just do one without the other. You know what I'm saying? So it's to bring back development. Also, too, a lot of times as the label, we sign these kids and we don't know them.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, there's been horror stories where sign somebody for $350,000 and they don't even put out a record.
Right.
Oh my God.
And you can't recoup none of that.
That I've had situations where we've signed artists, you know, and you know, a person like Eminem will give them beats, and they didn't like the beats or whatever, and they didn't work to the beats. That's crazy disrespectful. Even if you didn't like anything,
make it happen.
No, because it's not. Because what the kids fail to realize, it's not about what you like. This is a business. It's about what you can do.
And you guys know what's gonna move.
When Marshall met Dre wasn't looking at M as M. He knew what he could do with M to make him M. You know what I'm saying? He saw the talent and was like, oh, I know what I could do. It wasn't just a finished product. You know what I'm saying? Too many times, like, you know, I had an artist, you know, that I work with, you know, I'm going to say the name, but, you know, had Grammy Award winning producers give them beats. And they sitting on the beats.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, and there's people. So many people that's dying for the opportunity, man. For
got head guys that did 50's first song.
Yeah,
and now these people are running Apple Music and they're giving you beats, and you still sitting on the beat.
Bugging.
But you want them to be invested in your career, but you're not invested in their artistry. So it's just like, you know.
That's wild.
So Alvon, man, we're gonna get into my man book segment, man.
Oh shit!
This is our favorite segment of the show.
Yes.
Probably because the only segment of the show.
It's our favorite and only segment of the show.
It's Book's Famous Five, man. So he asks you some questions, five questions.
Let's
Give
go.
the hot seat and just, you know, give what's your press.
So,
question number one, go ahead.
Question
bro.
number one is, if you had an album to listen to on the island for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Let's go. Let's go.
One album.
One album
For the rest of your life on an island.
Thug Motivation 101 Jeezy.
Hey, Snowbed. Fuck with that.
One of the most motivational projects ever in history.
Fucks with Jeezy.
During that time, a lot of people was getting money.
Hell yeah, Snowman.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Snowman.
I like that. Okay. All right, number two.
Who do you think is the greatest athlete of all time?
Greatest athlete?
Ooh. Across all sports
Let's go.
in general.
This is gonna be interesting.
It's kind of weird because I could say it, but I never saw him, but I'm just going by it of how it looks and how everything feels about the person. I would probably say Will Chamberlain.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I didn't see that one.
He hit numbers that no one will ever hit.
If you look at the record books and stuff, like his numbers is super.
No, because he did track and field.
Yeah.
He did a
all of
whole
that.
Right, he was more of an
bunch of
athlete, too. It
things.
wasn't
you
only
know what I'm saying?
basketball.
And never shot a 3-point in the NBA, but shooting threes outside the NBA.
Hey,
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
For sure, shooting fours.
Fours, facts. Fours and fives and sixes and sevens. It was outside, bro. Man, Will was outside.
I would say Will.
Will Chamberlain. All right. Number three.
If you had a time machine, what year would you go to and why?
2001 before you went to the mall, right?
I ain't going front, man. I'm going to Eden and I'm smacking the apple out of Eve's head.
Hey, he's like,
I'm like, bitch, you crazy.
That was good. That was good. That was good.
I'm like, bitch, you crazy.
Great.
don't do it.
With all this shit around us. Fuck that apple.
Fuck that.
You don't need that.
Bugging.
You don't need that.
I'm like, yo, Al, you better get this bitch some dick. What's wrong with you? How you letting her wake up before you to even talk
Yo,
to
you'll
somebody?
snatch up the snake, right?
You supposed to be more, and that's a real lesson to us as men.
You're right.
Yeah.
The thing about Adam and Eve, people always want to blame Eve, but no.
Adam didn't
God
guide
gave dominion to Adam.
Right. Yep.
So it's really our fault because he wasn't on point enough.
Right.
He didn't really.
He supposed to be
fell into
waking
temptation.
up.
He fell into temptation.
No. Not he didn't fall into temptation.
Okay.
He
No.
allowed her to fall into
He
temptation.
allowed
supposed
her
to be
fall into
waking
temptation.
up first.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be dictating to her God. What,
Closer,
God didn't tell her nothing. God
Closer,
told you something. God didn't tell her nothing. He told
Right,
it to you.
he let you know.
You supposed to be letting her
Don't
know.
bite that apple.
And sometimes with our ladies, we don't give enough direction.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what
We
I'm
don't give
looking for.
enough direction.
Deep.
So so I'm going back to
Alright, go back.
I'm going to Eden.
Okay.
It's back of that. All right. Number 4.
Number 4, Biggie Smalls a big pun.
He's from the Bronx and Brooklyn, so let's see what he says.
I have to go with Biggie Smalls.
Okay.
But in my career, I was around pun all day. I've had dinners with pun.
Nice. Okay.
Like at this point in time, Lilette, at this point in time, she used to work with Fat Joe back in the days. So I had dinners in her house with Fat Joe and Big Pun.
Fire.
And then shout out to Dren Starr, you know, if it wasn't for, it might not have been, if it wasn't for Dren bringing Pun to do a performance in the Lower East Side Park right there, I don't even know if I would have cared about hip hop as much as I cared. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, because
So
I really
that's
was,
kind
I
of like
was,
a mix. You
yeah.
had to pick Biggie, but you have a lot of time with Big
Shout out
Pun.
to Dren Starr, so Eliezer.
Shout out to my baby boys too.
Number 5.
What was the best piece of advice you ever received?
Ooh, that's a good one, bud. That's a real good one.
That might take a second.
Yeah.
Like the best, like it just.
Paul Rosenberg.
Okay.
He saw me doing something dope. He pulled me aside. He asked me what I was getting for it. I said I was doing it for free. And he said, if you keep doing shit for free, they never going to want to pay you.
Ooh.
Gems.
You can feel that, bro. I know you feel that.
Shit
Look,
for like
that's why he
25
looked, he
years.
was
Yo.
like,
Well,
I done
facts.
recorded every. The only one I haven't touched pause was Drake's, the
Yeah, he
Cardis,
recorded everybody.
everybody. I just
So
haven't touched.
so it gave me, I still will do things for
For free.
knowledge. No,
Yeah,
but for knowledge.
Right.
Okay.
For experience. For good energy.
Right.
Yes.
For progression.
Right.
Okay.
But if you ain't got your shit together, I'm not doing nothing with you for free.
Respect it.
Yeah.
Because
I
it
respect
is
that. I respect
literally the most expensive word. So for instance, the Monday night event.
Right.
Yeah.
I set up the event. It's me got the contract with the people,
Right.
but I'm also doing that event for the people.
Right,
For
yeah.
artists and things like that. It's a free. I don't
You
make
don't get
money
nothing
off that event.
Right.
And I went to there. I lost my Prada glasses in the melee.
Facts. He texted me next morning and says, "Yo, man, I don't think you had the glasses, man."
Right, I
don't
lost
see
my
them."
Prada in the melee. Venue calls me call me up, want me to reschedule, want to cancel us. I got my camp going on. I needed the venue because the artist that's going to be in my camp, I'm giving them a venue to perform what they worked on.
Yeah.
Right.
So now it's messing up.
It's messing that up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
domino effect.
All off some free shit.
Yeah.
That didn't even have to happen.
And what you said real quick before we get to the next question, and what you said too,
That was
time is very valuable.
It's the most
You
valuable.
can never get that back.
It's the most valuable.
So, yo, man, so that's Boog's famous 5 questions,
that-
man.
that's
that
it,
was it.
5?
That was the
Oh,
fifth
yeah.
one.
Did I do good?
Yeah,
Great,
man, you knocked it out the
you
park,
passed.
man. And that's how we end the show,
Yeah,
man.
we
So, before we go to Alvon, man, you got anything you want to shout out? Anybody want to shout out? Anything you want to
Now, I just
promote?
want to shout you guys out.
Appreciate it.
You know,
Appreciate
look
you,
out for the email blast. I'm going to promote the guys heavy.
Let's go.
You know, repost us on the poster on the post.
You heard? Not a podcast.
Not a
Hopefully
podcast.
they'll save me and come to OS and do a nice podcast
For
from
sure.
the OS Lounge.
yes,
Nah,
yes.
we in there
definitely
for sure,
want
100%.
You know, and just I'm gonna just say to people, look in the mirror more.
You heard? There you
Man in the
go.
mirror.
Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Holly Bugs.
You heard? It's your boy Watts.
It's your boy Grizzly Green,
And this is not a podcast.
Shout
Yeah.
out to my man Alveezy.
This is not a podcast.
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 This is not a